And now, Joko will introduce Mita to Anita. How does Joko say? Good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Meet again with Memika on the missions of the electrical engineering of Sultan Agung Islamic University, especially for the second semester student. Okay, after last week you learned about about the introduction for yourselves, and now Memika will completely explained about the introduction and also the greeting. Before you start introduction, introduction and introduce, both of the words are different. So the introduction is a kind of noun, and then the introduce is a kind of verb. So both of them are different on spoken and also on pronouncing. And also the meaning is also the meaning is also different. The introduction means perkenalan in bahasa, but the introduce, the meaning is memperkenalkan. So there are different meaning about introduction and introduce. How do you use the word introduction and how do you use the word introduce? Look at the example of the statement on my left side. The use of introduction. You may use introduction on the sentence of this one. The material of English today is introduction. The second example, the introduction between Mira and Johnny is great. This is the second example. And then the third example, you can introduce to someone else by using the words expressions of introduction. Okay, this is about the third example of introduction. And how do you use the word introduce? Introduce here is a verb. So this is the example of the use of introduce on a sentence of English. The first example, let me introduce myself. This is the first example. The second example, let me introduce one of my friends. This is the second example. And then the third example, I would like to introduce one of my friends, or I would like to introduce myself. You may use the word introduce for introducing yourself or introducing one another or someone else. Okay. Now we are going to start. After the difference between the word of introduce and introduction, we come to the topic of greeting. Before you introduce yourself to someone else and also introducing others to someone else too, you have to greet first. Greeting is a kind to say hello, hi. This is a kind of greeting. When you meet someone in the morning, you have to say good morning. When you meet someone in the afternoon, you may greet by saying good afternoon. But if you meet someone in the evening, don't try to say good night, because you still the first time meeting someone. You are still meeting someone at the first time. Yeah? When you meet someone at the first time, you've met someone at the first time, you can say, yeah, although this is in the night, yeah, you should say good evening. This is a good greeting. Yeah? So this is for greeting. So you may say hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you, how do you do. How do you do here? For someone who meets for the first time, how do you do means hello. Okay, this is about the greeting. Okay, this is very easy to say greeting for the first time before introducing yourself. And now start it from introducing yourself. After you greet someone, yeah, by saying good morning, good afternoon, hi friends, yeah, and then hi my best friend, hi, okay. Or in Islam you can say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is a kind of greeting. Okay, and now we come to introducing yourself. How to introduce yourself? Introducing yourself, of course, you are going to tell about your name, your full name, or your nickname. But it is not always by saying my name is. You may use some other expressions in telling about your full name and nickname. For example, like this. Good morning, friends. You may use the first expression of introduction by saying, hi friends, good morning. Let me introduce myself. I am, followed by your full name. Okay, this is the first way. And then the second way, you may use, good morning, my friends. I would like to introduce myself. I am, followed by your full name, and everyone calls me, followed by your nickname. In a complete sentence, I will give you an example for myself, for Ma'am Eka. Hi my friends, good morning my students. Let me introduce myself. I am Nur Eka Ningsih, and everyone just call me Ma'am Eka or Ma'am Nur. This is about the example. That is very easy, isn't it? Okay, and now we come to introducing others. After you introduce yourself by using the expression, let me introduce myself, I am, and everyone just calls me, blah 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 blah. Or you may use the third expression, the last expression. Good morning, my friends. I would like to introduce myself. I am Nur Eka Ningsih, and please calls me Eka. That's all. And Now we come to introduce your friends. Introduce others. In introducing others, there are so many conditions when you can introduce someone else. The condition can be in different places, and also in different situations. There are so many expressions that you can use. I will give you an example here. The first expression that you can use to introduce one of your friends or one of your family's members, you can use the first expression. This is the easiest way to introduce someone else. There's one. Joko meet Mita. Mita meets Joko. Mita and Joko, both of them, meet Anita. Okay. Joko and Mita, they are going to introduce themselves. Joko introduces himself to Mita. Mita also introduces herself to Joko. And then they meet Anita. And now Joko will introduce Mita to Anita. How does Joko say to introduce Mita to Anita? Joko says, Mita, this is Anita. Anita, this is Mita. Okay? And then Mita and Anita, they give response each other. Mita can say, nice to meet you. And then Anita will respond too by saying, nice to meet you too. Or the responses can be, Mita can give a response by saying, how do you do? This means that how do you do is hello. And then Anita will give response to Mita by saying, how do you do? Hello too. This is the meaning for how do you do. Because the meeting here for Anita and Mita, they meet each other for the first time. Okay. After Joko introduces Mita to Anita by using the first expression, Anita, this is Mita, and Mita, this is Anita. And now we come to the second expression that Joko can use to introduce Mita to Anita or Anita to Mita. The second expression here, this one. Let me introduce you to Mita. You here means Anita. Let me introduce you to Mita. You here means Anita. So there are two kinds of you here. You here can refer to Anita or refer to Mita. Okay, this is the second expression by saying, let me introduce you to Anita and let me introduce you to Mita. This is the second expression. And now we come to the third expression for introducing Mita and Anita Yeah, from Joko. Joko, on the third expression, he uses the expression by saying this one. Have you ever met Mita? Or have you ever met Anita? This is the question from Joko to both of his friends. To both of his friends, Anita and Mita. And then Mita can respond or can answer by saying not yet. It means belum pernah. And then Anita will also have similar answer because that is the first time they have met together. Baru pertama kali mereka ketemu. So, when Joko asks Anita and Joko asks Mita about have you ever met Anita or have you ever met Mita, they will say not yet. It means I have not met yet. Yeah, and then the shortest answer, just say not yet. But the complete answer will be I have not or I haven't met yet by using present perfect tense. Okay. There are three expressions that you can use to introduce someone else to the other. Okay, you may use the first, the second expression, or the third expression. And now, it's time for you to practice. I need you to practice by doing the introduction and also greeting and introducing one member of your family. You try to create a short video of your greeting and then introducing yourself and introducing one member of your family. You may introduce your father, you may introduce your mother, and then you may introduce brothers or sister, or you may introduce your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa. You may choose one of them. Create a short video like this, like Mems Eka doing here. So you have to introduce one member of your family. You may use the step that I write on the description of the video. Dibaca deskripsi videonya, apa yang Anda harus buat kalimat ketika Anda membuat video perkenalan. Okay, just a short video, not more than 3 minutes. Yeah, I hope that you can do it best. I believe that all of you can do well. Okay, student, this is the end of our meeting today. If you have questions about the material of greeting, introduction, and introducing someone else, you may ask on WA group. We have a group for our discussion and our question and answer. Thank you very much for your attention today. Have a nice day and do your best for your assignment. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.